HOA surveillance nightmare. Federal agents revenge the privacy invasion that started everything. What would you do if you discovered hidden cameras in your own bathroom, installed by people claiming to protect your privacy? That's exactly what happened to me 6 months ago. And the HOA responsible had no idea they were about to mess with someone whose career is built around catching privacy criminals. My name is Detective Lisa Rodriguez, and I've been working undercover for the FBI's Cybercrimes Division for 15 years. I moved to 892 Ocean View Terrace, a gated community in Southern California, specifically for privacy and security after catching online predators and privacy violators for over a decade. The Coastal Vista HOA was run by Preston Wakefield, a retired insurance adjuster who treated his HOA presidency like running a maximum security prison. This guy would patrol at 6 a.m. with a tablet, photographing anything suspicious, including children's chalk art and garbage cans brought in 5 minutes late. Preston had assembled his community security task force for retirees with matching polo shirts and official-looking badges, who believed they were protecting the neighborhood from imaginary threats. They shared intelligence reports about residents receiving Amazon deliveries after 8 p.m. or walking dogs without visible plastic bags. The complaint that triggered madness, the nightmare, began when my neighbor, Mrs. Chen, filed a complaint about my privacy violations. I have a home office facing the side yard, and sometimes when working late on cases, my office light stayed on. Mrs. Chen claimed this disrupted her sleep schedule and demanded I install blackout curtains. When I politely explained my unusual work hours and suggested she consider her own blackout curtains, Mrs. Chen escalated to the HOA instead of mediating a simple neighbor dispute. Preston decided this was a serious privacy and security matter, requiring comprehensive surveillance and documentation. Preston had been targeting me for months because I'd declined to join his creepy community watch network, where residents reported on each other's activities and shared personal schedules. As someone protecting privacy rights professionally, I found it disturbing and potentially dangerous. The surveillance that crossed every line 3 weeks after Mrs. Chun's complaint. I noticed strange things, new holes in my fence, motion sensors triggering without cause, and faint electronic humming from inside my walls. As someone trained in surveillance detection, I immediately conducted technical surveillance countermeasures. What I found was shocking. Preston and his security task force had installed a comprehensive surveillance system throughout my house. There were pinhole cameras hidden in my living room, bedroom, kitchen, and bathroom. They'd accessed my house while I was at work, installing wireless cameras disguised as smoke detectors, electrical outlets, and picture frames. The bathroom camera was hidden inside an air freshener mounted directly facing the shower and toilet. When I traced the wireless signals, I discovered they fed to a monitoring station Preston had set up in his garage. This man had been watching me shower, use the toilet, change clothes, and conduct every private moment for over 2 weeks. The justification that revealed delusion the next morning, I confronted Preston with one of the bathroom cameras. Instead of denying everything, he said, "Oh good, I was hoping you'd come by so we could discuss our findings." Preston returned with a thick binder labeled Subject 47B Privacy Violation Investigation, containing printed screenshots from the hidden cameras including images of me in my bathroom and bedroom. He genuinely believed he was in the right. Your failure to install proper window coverings constitutes a deliberate privacy violation under HOA security protocol, Preston explained with disturbing confidence. The surveillance was necessary to document your non-compliance and determine if you're engaging in additional activities that could compromise neighborhood security. He showed me evidence of my privacy violations, screenshots of me working at my computer with lights on, eating dinner with blinds partially open, and watching television. In Preston's twisted mind, being visible in my own home was somehow invading others' privacy. The criminal enterprise discovery what Preston revealed next shocked even me. The cameras weren't just about Mrs. Chen's complaint. They were part of Operation Neighborhood Watch, a comprehensive surveillance program targeting multiple residents. Preston proudly showed me a wall-mounted map with color-coded pins, marking every house in our 47-home community. Red pins indicated high-risk residents under active surveillance. Yellow pins marked persons of interest, and green pins showed trusted community members providing intelligence. According to Preston's records, he'd installed hidden cameras in 12 different houses over 8 months, justifying each with fabricated security concerns. The surveilled residents included a single mother working night shifts, an elderly veteran with PTSD, and a young couple who'd complained about excessive HOA fees. Most disturbing was Preston's behavioral analysis database, intimate footage of residents used to create detailed profiles of their personal habits, relationships, and private conversations. He'd somehow convinced himself this massive privacy violation was legal and necessary for community safety. The federal investigation already underway. Here's where everything Preston thought he knew about power completely crumbles. For 18 months, I'd been the lead investigator on a federal task force targeting organized privacy crimes and illegal surveillance networks. My specialty was identifying criminal organizations using surveillance technology to blackmail, harass, or exploit victims. The reason I worked from home so often, received late-night phone calls, and had unusual visitors, all the things Preston found suspicious, was because I was literally investigating people who committed the exact same crimes he was committing. 3 months before Preston installed cameras in my bathroom, the FBI had received multiple anonymous tips about illegal surveillance in Southern California residential communities. We'd been building a task force to investigate HOA officials and neighborhood watch groups using hidden cameras to spy on residents. Preston had literally walked himself into the middle of an ongoing federal investigation, the sting operation, and justicens, instead of immediately arresting Preston. I worked with my federal task force to conduct a comprehensive sting operation. We replaced Preston's cameras with identical devices that fed false footage, while recording everything he did in his garage command center. We discovered Preston's operation was part of a regional network of HOA presidents sharing surveillance footage like trading cards. They had encrypted channels, sharing installation techniques, and discussing which residents to target based on complaints or vulnerabilities. The investigation revealed Preston planned to expand his network to include audio recording and GPS tracking of residents' vehicles. He'd already purchased equipment to monitor internet activities and phone calls, believing his HOA authority gave him the right to conduct domestic espionage. The raid and aftermath had exactly 6 a.m. 12 federal agents in tactical gear surrounded Preston's house while executing search warrants at his accomplices' homes. The look on Preston's face when FBI agents appeared with federal search warrants was priceless. As agents searched his garage command center, Preston insisted everything was legal under HOA authority. That's when I introduced myself as the FBI investigator, coordinating the entire operation. His shock at realizing his primary surveillance target was a federal agent investigating him was worth every privacy violation I'd endured. "Preston Wakefield," I announced for all neighbors to hear, "you're under arrest for federal privacy law violations, illegal surveillance, unauthorized recording devices, and conspiracy to violate civil rights." The investigation revealed Preston's network had victimized over 30 families across 4 communities. He'd been blackmailing residents with intimate footage and selling videos to online voyeurism sites, earning over $15,000 from neighbors' privacy violations. Preston received 12 years in federal prison, $200,000 in restitution, and lifetime supervised release. His accomplices got 2 to 5 years, plus substantial fines. The community completely restructured with new leadership, transparent management, and strict privacy protections. This case became FBI training material for residential privacy crime investigations, helping shut down over 24 similar networks nationwide. The resulting Residential Privacy Protection Act establishes federal criminal penalties for unauthorized HOA surveillance. Preston thought he was dealing with an intimidated resident. Instead, he installed cameras in a federal agent's bathroom and learned that real justice doesn't take 12 years to arrive. When you pick the wrong person to spy on,